What's that saying again? If it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, Sony took that to heart with their WH-1000XM4, since their XM3 was already close to perfect. But that doesn't mean that there weren't improvements made for this. Like always, we're not paid or sponsored to do this review, but I do have to give a big thank you to Sony Singapore for letting us try these out before the launch. So, I've had the opportunity to try these out for about 5 days now, and when I first opened the case, I thought, wow, Sony kept these 99% alike. The case is the same, the way the cables and the adapters are put into the case is the same, even the headphones look the same. Mostly. If you don't have a pair of XM3s right by these, you won't be able to tell the difference. But if you do own a pair of the old silver XM3s, you might notice that these platinum silver XM4s don't quite look the same. The old silver XM3s had a bit of a warm, beigey look to them, which was a bit more feminine. The new XM4s, however, aren't as beigey, and they're a bit of a darker shade of grey, I'd say. Aside from that though, it's pretty identical. We have an old pair of black XM3s here, and just look at them. The only other difference on the outside that I can tell is that it feels like Sony might have changed the soft touch coating on the ear cups, since the XM4s feel a bit more satin-like. This might just be because this is an old pair of XM3s though, so the coating might be more worn out on these. Moving on to the ear cup padding, it's pretty much the same. They're soft and comfortable, but because of that, the ear cups are a bit on the shallow side. My right ear does start to rub up against the foam after a bit of walking and moving my head around, but it's nothing that a quick adjustment can't fix. There were rumours that the headband padding might be a bit thicker on the XM4s, but I don't think so. It looks pretty much the same. But that does mean that you get the same comfortable fit that the XM3s were known for, since Sony has actually managed to shave off 1 gram from the XM4s, from 255 grams on the XM3s to 254 grams, which is pretty impressive considering that there's actually new hardware in these. The big new addition is wearing detection. I know, plenty of other headphones have them, but Sony is just now adding it to their XM4, and it works well. There's a proximity sensor in the left ear cup and 2 acceleration sensors, one on either side. So it's quite surprising that despite the added hardware, Sony still managed to reduce the weight, even if it's a minuscule amount. Internally, the headphones still use the same HD noise-cancelling processor QN1, which was in the XM3, but there's a new algorithm which Sony claims to work together with a new Bluetooth audio SoC to sense music and noise at more than 700 times per second. That's right, the noise cancelling actually adjusts itself 700 times a second. In comparison, the AirPods Pro actually only does it 200 times. I mean, they're completely different, right? One's a full-fledged headphone, the other is earbuds. But 700 times? That's insane. There's also Bluetooth 5.0 capabilities on these, and finally, Sony has given us multi-point connectivity with the XM4s. It's a feature that was missing from the XM3s, and plenty of people complained about it, so I'm glad that Sony listened. There's one downside though. If you want multi-point connectivity, Sony's LDAC codec isn't available. There's SBC and AAC in this, but Sony has decided to forego the aptX and aptX HD codecs, which is a bit puzzling. I mean, there's always still LDAC for high-res audio, and honestly, I haven't had any audio issues with these. No sync issues, no lag when I'm watching shows or movies, so I guess it's okay. Let's talk noise cancelling. The WH-1000X Mark III was the most effective ANC headphones for me and for a lot of others out there, and the XM4 has actually built on that excellent foundation and made it better. Low droning sounds like a car's engine or an air conditioner are pretty much all cancelled out, and higher pitched sounds are muffled a bit more than the XM3s, I would say. Unless the speaker is close by, speaking at a loud volume, or has a higher pitched voice, you're most likely not going to notice it if you have music playing. Sony has introduced new quality of life features though. They've kept the quick attention feature, which I love, by the way, where you can simply put your right hand over the right ear cup to pause your music and pipe in external noise. If you don't want to raise your hand up though, there's a new speak to chat feature, where you can just speak and the headphones will actually pick it up, pause your music, pipe in external noise, and wait until you're done talking to resume playback. How cool is that? I tested this and it's actually not that bad. It doesn't activate when you say 1 or 2 words like excuse me or hello, but if you say a full sentence like excuse me, I'd like to get a Americano, for example, it picks up, it pauses your music, and it literally waits until you're done having that conversation before your music starts playing again. The best part? It doesn't activate when people around you are speaking. I'm guessing that the headset actually uses the acceleration sensors inside to detect when the wearer is speaking so that it doesn't accidentally activate when someone next to you is speaking. There are different levels of settings in the Sony headphones app for this. You can choose between low and high sensitivity or just turn it off if you don't think you'll ever use the feature. The standard time for the headphones to wait before resuming playback is 30 seconds, which is way too long. I recommend turning it to 15 seconds. Unless you know people that will prattle on for 30 seconds without you getting a word in, then leave it, I guess. Adaptive sound control is still here, and it's generally possible. Personally, I'll just turn it off. There's no need to use it when you have convenient features like quick attention or speak to chat when you can pipe in external noise whenever you want it. I mean, the whole point of getting ANC headphones is to use the ANC, right? Let's talk sound. The XM4 is compatible with Sony's 360 reality audio technology out of the box, and you get a free trial subscription to Tidal, Deezer, or Nux.net where you can try out 360 reality audio compatible songs. So if you're into 360 audio, you have that. Sound quality though picks up where the XM3 left off. It's warm, lush, and bass inclined, Sony's typical sound signature. Personally, it still fits my taste, mostly, but I've started taking a liking to brighter sounds. So, I played around with the EQ presets Sony provides in the headphones app, and I found the bright preset to really liven up the sound. The soundstage opens up a bit more, you get airier vocals and highs, and it just injects a more energy into the song. You can also tinker with the EQ and save them as presets, so go wild. There are 5 microphones in the XM4, and Sony claims there's a new precise voice pickup technology. I guess that's true. None of my colleagues said that they couldn't hear me during our daily calls, but they did say that my voice lacked a bit of depth and I sounded a bit flat. Although that might have more to do with my energy levels in the morning than the headsets itself. Battery life is kept the same, at 30 hours on a Bluetooth connection with ANC turned on and 38 hours with ANC turned off. The XM3 was pretty spot on with their battery estimates, so I'll take Sony's word for this. So, is this an upgrade over the XM3? Yes, but just a bit. The improvements are mostly quality of life and convenience, while the ANC is just a touch better. If you already have an XM3 and it's still working well, I would say there's no pressing need to go out and buy an XM4 right away. To me, it's just not worth that 549 Singapore dollars to buy an XM4 if you already have an XM3. But if you don't already have ANC headphones and you're in the market for one, get these. The XM4s are fantastic, market leading even. But if you're thinking whether these are better than other ANC headphones out there, it depends. For me, it's a yes. Granted, the Sony sound isn't for everybody. If you're not big on how the XM4s sound, you're most likely better off sacrificing a bit of ANC performance to get a sound that you prefer. But if you enjoy something more musical, something a bit warmer, these are probably the best choice out there. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Sony WH-1000XM4. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us if you haven't. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more content. Until the next one, see you guys!